How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Simplicity. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you are new to the channel, we're all about building your brand, business, and impact online through social media marketing. So maybe you want to quit that 9-to-5 job, start a side hustle, start a business, then this is the #1 channel for you to learn just how you can do that. So consider subscribing. If you want to learn more on how to turn your passion into a career, keep on watching. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, really does help support the channel. Now in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to use Google Ads to advertise your videos. You probably see ads popping up all throughout YouTube, maybe even on Facebook or even on Google. If you want to learn how you can do this and do it in the best cost-effective way, I'm going to run you through exactly how I do it, just to get your videos to rank higher, especially when you're struggling to get those same views that larger channels are doing. This is a way to do it with a really cost-effective way. So we're going to jump on my computer and show you how you can do that. So first things first, guys, is you want to go ahead to Google Ads. So if we just click here to Google Ads, you can see here the very first one. Okay, so first of all, you'll need to create a Google Ads account. Now it's really cool. You can sign up for your Google Ads account and they're actually going to give you a $100 free credit when you spend $75. So when you first sign up, definitely go ahead and make sure that you grab that $100 credit, and you receive that as soon as you spend $75. So I would highly recommend doing that. And throughout your experience through Google Ads, the more you use it, the more likely they are to give you more discounts and things like that. Now for me, I already have an account set up, so I'm just going to go ahead and log in. Okay, so here we are on my Google Ads account, and as you can see, I have run rigorous tests to see what works best and what's going to get your best bang for buck. Now, a few things that you do need to be aware of with doing a Google Ads account is it does depend on the cost per click. So you're going to pay either by the cost per 1,000 views like they do on YouTube, or you can actually pay cost per click. Both of these do have their benefits. It really just depends on what you're trying to do. Generally speaking, if you're trying to sell something, so it does depend what you wanted to use your ads for. If you already are a business and you're trying to draw in traffic to your YouTube channel to service your business, then it could vary on the type of ad that you're trying to run. There's multiple ads that you can run, and Google Ads is really, really cool. It's got it all set up for you, so you don't have to know all the ins and outs of how to set up an ad. But it really is set up in a great way so that you don't have to have too much knowledge with creating an ad. But you want to be very careful with how you spend your money, because no matter what, Google will spend the money that you allow them to. You don't want to go ahead and waste it, especially if you're trying to generate sales. Now, if you're trying to just rank on YouTube search and things like that, which is something that I'll be teaching in this video, then that's something we'll be focusing on. Definitely let me know in the comment section down below what your goal is with your YouTube ads. Is it to service your channel? Is it to service your business? Whatever it might be, let me know in the comment section down below, because I can look at doing more videos exactly detailed to what your ad is for, if this particular way that I'm going to show you is not quite what you're using your ads for. So if you are wanting to use it for a business and things like that, this still will relate to you. But like I said, you have different ads for trying to service different types of sales or growth. And there's also different campaigns that we're going to run through very, very soon. But here you can see that I definitely have gone through and set up multiple campaigns here, and just kind of testing out different pricings, different cost per views. So you can see here I've had average cost per views of 1 cent, 5 cents, 2 cents. Now I would aim, depending on what you're aiming for, if your goal is to get sales or to generate traffic to your business, to get people to purchase your products and things like that, you're going to want to pay a higher cost per click, just because it's going to be more valuable for you with what you're trying to gain. Now, if you're trying to get views and things like that, then you're not really too worried about who you're trying to target. So it really does depend on what your ad is for, what you're trying to service, and that's really going to depend on the kind of cost per view that you're aiming for, the kind of views that you want, and also who you're trying to target. Because what a lot of people don't realize, if you want to have a lower cost per click, generally you're going to be targeting third world countries and things like that, and depending on what you're trying to do, it's probably not going to be the best method for getting people to your business, especially if you're, for example, let's say you're in the United States and you obviously want to target people in the United States to get sales. You don't really want to target third world countries just because it's cheaper. So yes, you can get things cheaper, but if it's not going to service what you're trying to do, then there's really no point. If we go all time, just to kind of really show you guys what kind of campaigns I've done in the past. So in total, I have spent $4,818 on ads. And this shows you guys that I feel like I do know what I'm talking about, because I have tested this enough, really be able to help you guys to make sure you're spending your money for the right ads and make sure you're actually getting out what you put in. You don't want to spend a whole lot of money on something that gets you nothing in return. So let's go ahead and set up a campaign here. It's very, very easy. Once you're in your Google Ads account, you want to go ahead and click on the plus button and you want to click on new campaign. Now here it's going to show us the different ways that you can set up ads. So as I was explaining before, if you want to do sales, you've got your sales option. You've also got your leads option, website traffic, product base, product and brand consideration, brand awareness and reach, app promotion, and then create a campaign without a goals guidance. So these are your 6 particular options that you can go through, or you can go ahead and set up your own one manually. Sometimes this is really good, especially if you're trying to go for the lowest cost that you want, then I would highly recommend setting it up yourself. But when you're brand new to using Google Ads and you don't want to go ahead and just waste your money, then I would highly recommend using these campaigns that Google has gone ahead and set up exactly for what you're targeting. They've chosen these 6 main things that people will be trying to target, and it really just helps you to make sure that you're getting the best bang for your buck and you're actually targeting the right people. So we'll run through quickly what these are. They're fairly obvious. So sales will be if you're trying to get sales. So if you're trying to sell something for your business or whatever it might be, then the sales campaign is going to be perfect for you. If you're trying to get leads, if you're trying to get people to be drawn into your website and to turn those into sales, then you want to go ahead and get some leads. And then your website traffic is to just pretty much target anyone that you feel would be interested in your particular business, and that's going to generate traffic into whatever you're targeting. So whether it's YouTube, whether it's Teespring, whether it's your own website, maybe it's your blog, maybe it's Amazon selling, whatever it might be, you can generate website traffic that way. So if you're really just trying to generate as many people as possible, then website traffic is the one for you. Then we've got product and brand consideration, and that's kind of similar. Once again, if you've got a brand or a product that you're trying to sell, then there is that option. And then brand awareness and reach. This one's very similar to website traffic. You're just trying to generate people into your website. So it's a great way to get your brand awareness and get your reach out there and target more and more people. And then app promotion is if you have an app that you're trying to promote, then you can go ahead and do app promotion through there. Like I said, there is the create a campaign without a goals guidance. Now, like I said, for this particular video, we're going to go ahead and we're trying to generate traffic into our YouTube channel. So for this particular video, we're going to run through website traffic. So we want to click on website traffic here, and then you can see it gives you the campaign type options. So the first one is search. For that's generally search for in Google. Display is your little display ones. That can be something that pops up on the top right hand corner in YouTube, or it could be on Facebook. That's those little display ads that you see popping up. Then you've got your shopping, which promotes different types of products. That'll be what you see on Facebook. Then if it's a video, which is once again YouTube, so if you wanted to generate ads on YouTube, then you choose video. And then discovery is run ads on YouTube, Gmail, Discover, and more. So if you're trying to promote a YouTube video, then we want to go ahead and click on video here. So we click on continue here. Okay, so this is where you want to go ahead and set up your ad. So this is where it does take the most amount of time, because you need to choose all of these different things. So you want to go ahead and give yourself a campaign name. Give it a campaign name so that when you come back later, you'll know exactly what that ad was for, and it really just helps you to keep everything tidy. So I highly recommend make sure that you are creating campaign names, exactly what it's for, so that you remember when you come back to that one what that setup was for. And once you've actually got a campaign, then you can actually go ahead and put ads under that same campaign, and it just saves you time in the future having to create a whole new campaign. You don't actually have to. You have it already pre-set up, and you can just create an ad under the campaign that you've already done. So this particular example, we've got a campaign name here. So for this one, for this video example, we're going to go ahead and say it's for getting more views. And then next, you've got your bidding strategy. So this is telling YouTube how you want to maximize your bids. So how Google Ads works is it depends on how much you're willing to pay, and then depending on the quality of the video or the ad, they're going to put your video based on your bidding strategy. So how it works is Google has multiple ads that they're able to put on different videos and different areas on YouTube. And they're obviously going to promote and give the best spots available to the person who's got the highest bid or the highest CPM. So if you want to make sure that you're targeting the best possible people, then you want to make sure that you're bidding strategy is going to be one of the highest, but then of course this does mean that you're going to be costing more. So you can choose target CPA or you can choose maximize conversions. I think maximize conversions is definitely the best one in this example, so I leave that the same. Then you have your budget and dates. Now this is really, really important. You want to set up a daily target and you don't want to set it too high because you want to see how it's going to run first and just see whether it's actually worth your money. And from there, then you can increase it if it's doing well. So I like to keep it at daily. And then I would do, for example, I would just do $5. Okay, now this one is the network, so it's your YouTube videos. This is your YouTube videos, video partners on the display network. So it gives you the options for YouTube search results, which is what we want. You can't change that. YouTube videos, also what we want. And then video partners on the display network. Now you actually want to untick this one because from what I've found from the research that I've done, this is going to be the actual video partners on YouTube, and you don't really want to be targeting them. You really want to be targeting people that are going to be looking for your targeting YouTube partners just isn't the best bang for your buck. So I highly recommend to untick that one. Now the next one is you choose your location. You generally want to just target your own location. That being said though, it does depend on what your business is for or whatever it is you're targeting. So if it is a business and you're trying to get sales from it, definitely target your own location first. If it's something that's worldwide, you could do worldwide, but I highly recommend just targeting your own country. So for me, I generally like to target the United States. So we go United States. And then we click target. Now you can choose multiple countries. In this example, we're just going to stick with one. Keep it simple, guys. Just target your own country or target whatever country makes sense. Languages is, you want to make sure that you're only targeting people that speak your language. Otherwise, it's just going to be a waste of your hard-earned money. So I would highly recommend just choosing whatever language your video is about. So for me, it will be English. Keep that nice and straightforward. Next one is your inventory type. Now, the way these work is you've got your expanded inventory, your standard inventory, and your limited inventory. So this is where you can tell YouTube whether you want your ads to pop up on anybody's possible video, whether it's got bad language, bad content, anything like that. You can say, hey, I don't mind, it's going to be cheaper, go ahead and do that. So it really does depend on what you're trying to do. If you're just trying to generate views and rank your videos, I would highly recommend clicking on expanded inventory. If you're really trying to be targeted and you want to target the right people and get sales and things like that, standard inventory is generally going to be your safest. And if you're really trying to target just that main type of person, then I would highly recommend choosing limited inventory. In this particular example, we're going to go ahead and go with expanded inventory. Now scrolling down here, we can see excluded types and labels. We're not going to worry too much about that. Ad extensions, not really an issue. Now I do like to go to additional settings here, and here we can actually do the frequency capping, and also you can choose your devices. So first, if we go to devices here, you can choose whether you want it to be on computer, tablet, mobile, all of those kinds of things. Depending on who you're trying to target, if you're trying to target a business person or something like that, then you probably don't really want to be targeting tablets and things like that. In my situation, that's absolutely fine. So we're going to leave it as all eligible devices. And then frequency capping is quite an interesting one. If you've probably found, you find that it's not so bad anymore, but I tell you, it's really frustrating when you're going ahead and you're watching YouTube videos and the same person keeps popping up in the ads, and you just get sick of seeing the same ad, and it really frustrates you, and it could really cause someone to really dislike your ad so much that you're never going to get a sale from them because you've pissed them off so much. So I highly recommend frequency capping so that the same person isn't going to keep seeing your same ad, at least not very often. So you actually want to go ahead and cap impression frequency here, and you can actually choose how often you'd allow someone to see your ad per day, per week. Personally, I like to keep it nice and safe. I choose 1, and I want it per month. So I don't want the same person to be seeing my video more than once a month, especially if this is an ongoing thing. You really don't want to be wasting your money by showing your ad to the same person. If they've seen it once, if they've seen it twice, they're probably not interested in your ad. So this way you can make sure your video is being serviced to as many people as possible and giving you a greater chance of getting better results. So make sure that you turn frequency capping on, really important. Now we've also got ad schedule. You can actually choose whether you want it to be from a certain time, from a certain day. In this example, not really too worried about that one, so we will not worry about that. And then you've got your group names. This is what I was talking about. First, you've got your campaign set up, and then you've actually got your ad groups. This is your particular ad that you'll be advertising. Once you've got a campaign set up and you're happy with it and it's getting the results that you want, then you can go ahead and add different ad groups to that campaign, and it makes your life a whole lot easier in the future. So for example, if there's a particular YouTube video that I'm wanting to be targeting, so in this example we'll use my most recent video, which was earn $600 every 24 hours. So I want to target my most recent video that I just uploaded recently. So I want to create my ad group name to that, just so I know what video I was targeting in this ad group. It makes it so much easier in the future. Now you can choose demographics. This is the age, the gender. It can be really important, especially if you're trying to generate sales and you're wanting to target the right kind of people. I would highly recommend looking into that, especially if you don't want to be wasting your ads on a younger audience that don't really have any buying power. It can be definitely worth setting up a age gap and things like that. We're not really going to worry about that in this video, but definitely something to think about. So you just click on here and you can choose the different age groups that you want. The frustrating thing here is it does say it's from 18 and onwards, but as we all know, kids still have access to the videos even when they're below the age of 18. The next one is audiences, and you can actually go ahead in your audiences and you can choose what kind of audience you're wanting to target. So we can see here from previous ones that I've set up, I've had affinity audiences, which is your business professionals. I've also had my social media enthusiasts, my vid business new readers, and media and entertainment. So you want to make sure that you're targeting people that are going to be interested in your video. So for example, if you're creating a video about how to start a business, how to earn money online and things like that, you really want to target business professionals, and you don't want to be wasting your money on kids who won't even be interested. You don't want your ads being displayed to someone who's not even going to be interested in, and you're just spending money down the drain. So make sure that you are choosing the right kind of target audience so that your videos are only showing it to that kind of person. The other really cool thing is you can actually target other channels' audiences. So if you know other channels that are in your niche who do similar kind of videos, you can actually go ahead and target their audiences. And what I mean by this is your ads will actually display on their videos. If that is something you're interested in, you want me to show you how to do that, let me know in the comment section down below, and I can create another whole video showing you how you can actually target other channels. So that way you're only targeting their viewers by putting your ads on that particular channel's video. But for now, we're not going to worry too much about audiences, but I just gave you a brief rundown on how that works. You can also target your keywords. So if there's particularly keywords that you're trying to target, if you've watched any of my videos, you should know by now that we're always trying to target keywords to help us rank in search. You can do the same thing with your ads. You can target keywords so that you make sure that you're reaching the right audience. So it is really important to target keywords and things like that. We're not going to worry too much about that in this video. We want to keep this video relatively short and sweet, but you can go ahead and target particularly keywords. So for example, it might be YouTube growth or how to make money online. You want to put those keywords in your YouTube ad. So once again, you're targeting the right audience and you're not wasting money by targeting the wrong people who won't be interested in your ad. Okay, so now this is where we go ahead and we add our YouTube video that we're wanting to display in the ad. So I've already got my video link ready to go. So we go ahead and paste it in here, and that is going to bring up our video. Now this is really cool. It's going to show you how it's going to look on the mobile and the desktop. So you want to make sure that you set up your call to action and all of those things that it displays nicely on the screen. So mostly people, 70% of YouTube viewers are going to be seeing this on a mobile device. So that is something to remember, and that is how it's going to look. It's going to show my thumbnail, and I already know that my thumbnail is going to look pretty good. Now we want the skippable in-stream ad because those are the ads that generally do the best. Those are the videos that pop up at the start of the video or sometimes during the video, and you are able to skip on the ad at any point. So we've got the final URL. So what you can do is you can display an ad, and then if you want to generate someone to your website for a sale, or if you want to generate them to your channel for more videos, you can go ahead and put a final URL. So if they click on that particular video, it's going to bring them to your final URL. So generally, for example, for this instance, I'm going to put in my YouTube channel. So that's that one there. So the display URL is what's going to show them when it pops up. So in other words, it's going to show them what that ad is about and pretty much why they should click on it. So the display URL that we're going to do is we want to go ahead. You've got a decent amount of characters, but it is going to depend on how it's going to show up here. In this example, we're just going to stick with very, very similar to the title. So we're going to go ahead and say $600 every $600 Okay, so pretty happy with that. And then you've got your call to action, as we can see here in the blue. That is your call to action, and you want to go ahead and set up a call to action that's going to generally fit nicely on the mobile display, so they can actually read what it is that you're trying to get them to click on. So for example, we might want to say, okay, so we've got click here and that fits. So you want to just play around and see what's going to fit perfectly there. Click here works for me, and it's just a nice call to action that they're going to click on, and that fits perfectly. And then of course you've got your headline, and your headline is going to be what shows up here. So if you leave it blank, it's just going to show your channel. Otherwise you can put a headline as well. I'm just going to leave it as my channel because I think it actually looks quite tidy. And once again, if we click on display, we can see it's just a little bit different. So you'll have the ad, and then you also have what they can click on here. So it's going to show your video there, and it's also going to display the link that they can click on as well. So it's really important to remember that if somebody watches this, that actually does generate as a view for your channel. So even if they just watch the ad for a little bit, that will actually count as a view. Now, one thing to remember, if you are trying to rank in search and things like that, you do want to make sure that people are watching your video. So I highly recommend having an ad video, so that way if people don't watch it for very long, it's not going to affect that particular video. So I highly recommend having a video set up purely for ads, and then if people click on the video, that's going to bring them to actually watch your video if they're interested. Because the problem that you have is if you spend all this money and people are watching the ad but they're skipping on it, Google is still going to charge you for those ads that people watch. And if people aren't watching the video for very long, you're paying for really, really poor watch time and view duration. So just be very careful. Make sure you've got a video set up just for your ads, and that way it's not going to affect your average view duration and your watch time to rank in YouTube search. So just be very, very aware of that. Make sure you've got an ad specifically set up for your ads, and that way it's not going to affect the ranking of your video if it doesn't do very well. And then the last thing we want to do is go ahead and choose ad name. So for this one, we're just going to go ahead and say earn $600. Okay, so that is all looking good, and then we click on create campaign, and there we go. Congratulations, your campaign is ready to go, and it just gives you a brief little rundown of your ad that you've set up. And then if you go continue to campaign here, it just gives you a little rundown of your status, and it's going to show you how many impressions, so how many people actually saw your ad, how many views you actually got from that, your view rate, your average cost per view, and all of those things that it's going to show you, and how your ad did. So go ahead and leave it for about 24 hours. That allows Google to go ahead and approve your ad, and then you can kind of start to see how it's doing. Generally start off low. You don't want to do more than $2.50 to $5 per hour. Now let me know in the comment section down below if you want to try targeting subscribers and things like that. I want to go ahead and do a video on how you can get more subscribers, targeting subscribers instead of views and things like that. So let me know in the comment section down below what you'd be more interested in. I hope this video was helpful, and it can help you to rank your videos in search and help you compete with larger channels by getting your videos out there to allow you to get more views and rank higher on YouTube search and get recommended by YouTube. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really does help support the channel. And if you like this video, go ahead and check out my other videos, and I'll see you over there. Peace out.